Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 23rd of February 2018 and we're going to reflect on Matthew chapter 5, 20 to 26. Listen. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard it said to those of ancient times, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment. But I say to you that if you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, you fool, you will be liable for the fire of hell. So when you're offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you're on the way to court with him, or your accuser may hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. Truly, I tell you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny. The gospel of the Lord. I don't know if you have noticed this, but there is something wonderful about the manner in which Jesus prefaces some of his grander statements. He says, you have heard that it was said, but now I tell you. I want us to understand this because it is important. Not only did the Jews have the sacred Hebrew scriptures, the Tanakh, but they also had the rabbinic interpretation of the scriptures, which was passed down orally from generation to generation. So the Jews were hearing about all these things that they were required to do, and they were doing them too. But there appeared to be two fundamental things wrong with how they were going about it. One, they didn't seem to understand the reasoning behind what they were doing. Two, whatever they did appeared to be more for the sake of being seen by men than by God. So Jesus lashes into them, first trying to strip them of their self-righteousness. He says, you think you're righteous because you haven't murdered anyone. I tell you, if you so much as harbor anger or resentment in your heart, you have committed murder. And then he tells them how to rectify the situation. He says, go make peace with your brother before you make an offering to your father. Faith is not merely about keeping laws. It is about doing the right thing and doing it right. And that needs a heart of love, which is why when Jesus was talking about commandments, he said, I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. And by this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Let us not make the mistakes the Pharisees made. Let us examine our faith and see whether we truly know why we do what we do. All these practices we follow, do we really know why we do them? Or do we just do them because we've heard someone tell us to do them? And do we do them to please man? Or do we do them to please God? Let's reflect on this today and get to the heart of the matter.